Two. To begin in Warrior Two pose, we want to have our feet 3 to 4 feet apart, nice and wide, just like this. We're going to take an inhale. On the inhale, our arms are going to come up to shoulder level. We want to roll the shoulders down and back, wrapping around the shoulder blades. We're going to take an inhale, and we're going to turn our right toes 90 degrees so that it is facing the short end of our mat. We're going to take another inhale. On the exhale, we're coming down into our hip opener, Warrior Two here. So our hips are still facing the front of the room. We want our knee to be tracking between our front toe and that pinky toe as well. We can shift our gaze over for those front fingertips, taking an inhale, exhale. On the next inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg, and on the exhale, allowing those arms to come down to our sides and shifting those toes back to the center, and then gently bringing our feet back together. Now we do have a few transitions to get into our Warrior Two pose. For our first one, we're going to take an inhale, and we're going to bring our fingertips to touch right at chest level. From here, you can either jump or step your feet. Once again, 3 to 4 feet, nice and wide from here. We are going to extend our arms out to the side. We're going to turn those right toes to the short end of the mat, making sure that our back toes are facing the long end and that we're still opening those hips up to the front of the room. We're going to take an inhale. On the exhale, coming down into our Warrior Two pose, making sure that that knee is tracking over our ankle and staying in between that front toe and the pinky toe as well. Once again, shifting our gaze over those front fingertips. Good, taking a few breaths here. We're going to take an inhale, straighten that leg, and on the exhale, allow those arms to come down, shift the toes back to the front, and bringing those feet back together. Our next transition, we're going to be starting in Downward Dog. So coming into our Downward Dog position, grounding through the hands and through the soles of the feet. Good. From here, we're going to take an inhale, lifting one foot up, three-legged dog. We're going to bring that knee into the chest, shifting the weight to the front of our hands and planting that foot right between our hands here in a low lunge. Good. From here, we are going to drop the back foot so that the toes are facing the front of the mat. And on the inhale, we're going to windmill those arms up into our Warrior Two arm position, lunging into that front knee for our Warrior Two pose here. Good. We're going to take an inhale. We're going to straighten through that leg. We are going to bring our hands back down to frame the foot in the front, turning that back foot to neutral, once again onto those toes, moving our weight to our hands, taking an inhale here, and on the exhale, foot comes back into Downward Dog. Good, and we have one more transition that I can show you that we're going to do. Once again, starting in our Downward Dog position. So grounding through the hands, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back. Good, once again, we're lifting up our right foot, three-legged dog. Bringing that knee in towards our chest, shifting the weight to our hands, and planting the foot between the hands. Good, from here we're going to, once again, drop the back foot. And we're also going to turn our front foot, coming into a wide leg forward fold here. Good, we're going to inhale, exhale a little bit deeper into this stretch. Inhale, we're going to straighten the arms. We're going to bring the hands to the hips. From there, standing up nice and tall. Good, we're going to take an inhale. On the exhale, we're going to turn the right foot, the right toes towards the short end of the mat. Inhale, arms come up to shoulder height, rolling those shoulders up and back, engaging the core and keeping the hips towards the front of the room, nice and open. Inhale here, exhale into our Warrior Two pose, lunging into that front knee, making sure that the knee is tracking over the ankle. We can shift our gaze over our fingertips of the front foot, making sure everything is in alignment here. One more big deep breath. Good. On the inhale, we're going to straighten that leg. On the exhale, we are going to windmill our arms back down, framing that foot, turning our back foot back to neutral into our low lunge here. Take an inhale. On the exhale, foot comes back, pushing back into our downward dog. And that is our warrior two pose.